Bassoon. This is a boot joint. This is the bottom of it. The next piece that you get out is your tenor joint, which is this one. It has the curvedness built into it. That cork goes directly into the smaller of the two holes that you have in your boot joint. Just wiggle it in, and then have the curvature that goes here line up with the other big hole right here. The next piece is your long joint, which is the longer one. And then you find the extra keys. So there's some keys right here that you want to line up with these, real comfy. So you just put those in, slide it on down, pray to the gods that you don't break it, because that's money we don't have. And there's that one. After that comes the bell. Here's your bell piece. This is where your whisper key lines up. So make sure that this little thing lines up over top of it. That way, when you activate the key, it moves. The next bit is your vocal. That goes in the tenor joint in this hole. And you see there's a little pad right here, so you want to make sure that this little thing is covered by that pad. So you slide that one in, give it a wiggle it on down, and then like compress on the key to make sure that it covers the little hole. Goodness. And then you have your reed, that's last to get put on. The entire time you're putting it together, have it in your mouth so it's like getting wet. Professor Sturdivant said to make the whole thing wet, so like put the end of it in your mouth, the blades of it, the whole thing. Posture with the bassoon is just like any other instrument, so you want to have your back up straight, sitting nice and tall, that way you can get the best breaths that you can. The hand position on the bassoon can be the trickiest part, because a lot of young musicians, they don't have very big hands, and the bassoon's a large instrument, so they have a little trouble reaching the keys. That's one of the biggest problems that they have. So you start with putting your index finger here, then your middle finger here, and then your ring finger goes here on the top, and then on the bottom, your index finger goes here, middle finger goes here, and then your ring finger goes here. So your pinky can use all these, this pinky uses these, then you have a load of thumb keys on the back. Next you have holding your instrument. So the bassoon goes at a 45-degree angle across your body, so you're wearing it like a seatbelt. And then the vocal and the reed come to your mouth. Always make sure the bassoon meets you. You don't meet the bassoon. That way you don't ruin your posture, stuff like that. Embouchure on the bassoon is weird. So what you do is you curl both of your lips over top of your teeth, like this. So you're like a granny with her dentures not in. And then you give yourself an overbite. So you come, and then I bring this jaw back. And then you bring the corners in tight like a drawstring bag. That part is like clarinet. So a lot of issues that beginners have is that they don't bring their corners in tight, so then all of their stuff sounds flat. That's a big problem. And they'll try to like put their teeth on the reed, which you never do that. And they'll like, when they're playing, they like bite down too hard on it. And since a bassoon is like super temperamental, their pitch fluctuates really easily just depending on their reed. So that's something that you have to make sure to watch out for. Now that you understand your embouchure, we can make a sound. So you set it again, bring up the reed up to your mouth, take a deep breath from your diaphragm, and then make your sound. The sound should be warm, not too fuzzy, but there should be some warmth in there. A lot of mistakes that beginners make is having their embouchure too tight or too loose. Too loose, it'll be really flat. Too tight, and it'll be really sharp. That's the biggest problems with beginners. So you have to like, you can either have them sit down with a piano to help with those pitches, or have like them sit next to saxophones, or be like, saxophone, play this pitch, and then they try and match that. Bassoon articulation is very similar to that of the clarinet. So it's the tip of your tongue to the tip of the reed. So to get separated articulations, it sounds like this. And then connected, you just don't re-articulate. So a lot of common mistakes that we have are not using the tip of your tongue, so then it's like a really heavy articulation because you're using the middle. And then you get anchor tonguing as well, where you have the tip of your tongue like anchored into the back of your bottom teeth. That's also a big no-no. Don't do that, it's hard to fix later. So that's the bassoon. So have fun. It's a fun time. Something I forgot to add earlier. So when you have your reed, don't just have like the blades line up going this way so that like it's sideways here when it meets your mouth. Make sure you turn it so it's flat with your mouth, not with the instrument. Also, it's going to take you a minute to get it in the right spot because you got to use your seat strap. I forgot to mention that. So with your seat strap, you're going to have it like hangs off the side of your chair. So you got to take a couple little extra seconds to move that around and make sure that it like sits, it comes up to you really nice. It's very important, so don't skip out on that. Happy bassoon playing!